But tell us about the house, and I have some thoughts to share with you.
Yes. So the house, breaking ground here soon, hopefully. So originally, the house design, I just wanted it to be a garage, a 10-car garage with a 2-bedroom apartment above it. But I ran into a bunch of city ordinances that wouldn't allow that, basically. And so I had to redesign the house. And I don't need. It's so much nicer if all of my cars are easily accessible. It just makes life easier. You know, running over to the warehouse and back, like it just takes up so much time throughout the day. And so having all my cars at the house, one location, would just be life-changing. And I've never had that. Mm-hmm. And so I want, a house, I want to build a house that I can put all my cars, but then also have room for growth. So I have 8 cars right now, but looking into the future with the channel, there's no reason to think I won't hit 14, 15 cars someday. Yep. I don't, past 15 might get a little bit exhausting, but 15 cars. So the house design was kind of centered around that.
Exhausting. Get it?
Yeah. See what I did there? Good one. Wow. I completely lost my train of thought with that bombshell joke from Graham Stephan. So it was centered around that central idea. Like I need a 15 to 20 car garage.
Yeah.
But if you're building a 15 to 20 car garage, you have to have a house that's going to be somewhat matching that, because someday if I want to sell this place and you have this 20 car garage, with a 3-bedroom house next to it, like who's going to want to buy that? What husband and wife are going to see that? And the wife's going to like give the stamp of approval. Yeah. Like, yeah, let's buy that. Like it'd be hard to sell. So I needed a house that was going to match the garage. So unfortunately that means a, 6,000-7,000 square foot house attached to it. Which is not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely excessive. And the upstairs will probably never be used, honestly.
I'm against the house. I watched your video.
I know. I knew this was coming.
Video. And I knew originally when you're talking about creating this whole garage that you could live in, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And resale is going to be terrible on
Absolutely.
that. But you building a house to match the garage, in my opinion, is a big financial mistake. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do it. If I were you, buy a house, like a normal house that you would use all of, and maybe you could grow into one day.
Right.
And then invest the money in a big warehouse.
Right.
One day you could rent it out to people who want to do like storage, or they want to do fulfillment, or they want to make manufacturing in there.
Yep.
But a big warehouse with a whole bunch of open space. You don't need lifts or anything like this.
Yeah.
Just this times 10.
But that's not cool, bro. Imagine walking into this empty, barren warehouse with just a bunch of cars in it, and there's nothing to it.
But that's assuming you don't build it out.
Right.
The house is essentially, it's the walls. Imagine all the walls, and that's what a garage is.
Yeah, but there's going to be a car elevator and cool LED lights and like
how much is this going to cost?
You could do that.
So that's the thing. That's the other thing. These are Utah. This is a Utah house, not a Los Angeles house. This house in LA would be like a $10 million house.
Yeah.
So it's going to be $1.5 million for the build. The land's $460, so right around a $2 million home, which I realize is definitely a very, very nice home. And I'm not trying to say that it's not, but a $2 million home in Los Angeles is nothing, right? I mean, it's not nothing, but it's like
average.
It's average, yeah. Whereas here, the prices are so much less. You get so much more for your dollar here in Utah. And so $2 million, let's say I get a warehouse, that's going to be what, $500,000?
Yes.
$500,000. You buy a house that's going to be probably $700,000, right?
Depends on the house area.
But the thing is, I don't need, but I have a Bugatti and I want it to be parked in a place that's somewhat safe. And so when I look at the Utah real estate, you're looking at around a $700,000 house. Mm-hmm. That's roughly, so you're looking at 1.2 million right there. So the difference between what you're saying and what I'm saying is $800,000. Is that fair?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's fair. That's fair, which is obviously a ton of money. But the other key difference, I think, and this is just a thought, this is an idea, is the home build videos, I think, are going to crush YouTube. I think the videos building the house are going to kill it. I think they're going to get double the views that I normally get. I'm planning to film this entire process, and I think it's going to be so sick, because you look at the automotive sphere, and you have all these automotive YouTubers, and they're all buying cars, they're all building cars, but I'm going to be building a dream supercar garage, which every single car guy dreams of. So I think that the videos building the house will earn crazy amounts of money.
So here's what I'm afraid of. You're going to be in $2 million in this house.
Yep.
For resale, it's you're not going to get that back. I don't think. It's such a specific buyer who wants to buy a house like that.
I want to interrupt you real
Yeah,
quick.
go for it.
Remember, it's Utah though.
Yes.
Utah's not Los Angeles. Everybody in Utah has a fifth wheel trailer, a motor home. They got side-by-sides. They got dirt bikes. They got trucks. They got trailers. They got...
How many homes sell for like $2 million here?
A lot.
In that area.
In that area, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the area that I'm building in, I don't want to say where it is, obviously, but every single house in this area has a massive detached garage. Like nearly every single house in the area probably has a 15 to 20 car
So
garage.
it's not an out of the norm.
No, it fits right in. Yeah, it fits right in.
I've seen the renderings of it though. I mean, you want like it's a 2-story garage with a bridge that connects to the house.
Yep.
That's a good way to get around the you're not supposed to have a garage directly like with the door attaching to a main living area. It's supposed to be a transition for like fumes and stuff like that. That's a good way to get around that.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that you're going to be $2 million and then for resale, it's going to be a hard sell where you might have to sell at 1.6, something like that and take a loss on it.
So I see this house as a place that I plan to live for a long time. I don't see it as being in a year, it's like, okay, I got to move. I see this as being, and that's why I'm building it the way I am, because I want this 15 to 20 car garage. So I see it, living there for 10, 15, 20 years. And I'd be shocked given how Utah is growing.
Yeah.
Everybody from California is moving to Utah, and you got to tell your family, your friends to stay in California, even though you just moved to Vegas, proving my point.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the Utah market is just out of control. Utah and Idaho, everybody from California and the Midwest and the East Coast is moving to Utah. And there's a reason for it, because it's a beautiful place. Economy's good. I get it. But so, home values as such are climbing in value. So
you're saying even if it's not worth what you're in it, matter of time until eventually it will be.
Right. And like I said, I think that the videos will offset any of the depreciation. And
I would be
one more.
Go for it. Yeah.
So the price of the house is 1.5 million. I'm working with a lot of companies to get a lot of free stuff.
Good.
And a lot of that free stuff is going to offset that number by probably $200,000. If I had to guess, that's like my best guess. So that'll offset the depreciation as well. So I'll be in it myself 1.8, even though the average person would be in it 2. So then if I sold it for 1.6, it doesn't hurt as bad.
And considering the value that you're going to get out of the home with the videos that you post on.
Right. And I truly believe that these videos are going to help take me to a different level and add a whole new demographic.